What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to yet another video of me sitting down over here and chatting with you guys. This time we're going to be going over some good old-fashioned myth busting. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do, and in this video we're going to be talking about 5 fitness myths that need to die, like literally today. So if you're new around here, don't forget to like and share this video with any of your friends or anyone who might need it or who believe in these myths. And if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are out here to provide you with as much value, fun, vlogs, and shithousery as possible. And we're trying to change the game and trying to make it a little bit more realistic for everybody who is trying to be a better version of themselves. So don't mind my shitty little toes. I know I have some pretty sexy feet, but hey, it's a warm day in Miami, and no better way to celebrate the warmth through wearing some flip-flops in a video. Let's get straight into it. The first myth that needs to die is lightweights get you toned and heavyweights get you bulky. Alright, so right off the bat, this is some crazy gym bro voodoo bullshit that really needs to just get off the internet. The whole definition of toned is losing body fat and putting on muscle. Toned basically is a weird way of saying the ability to show your muscles. And bulky obviously means putting size on your body. Weights have little to no significance when it comes to determining whether you're going to be bulky or whether you're going to be toned. The only thing that actually determines that is your food and your calories. So if you're eating the right amount of food or the amount of food that you need for your goal, that is the only way you're going to be either bulky or toned, whatever the hell your goal is. Secondly, your body can't recognize the weight that's being lifted on the bar or the dumbbell. It just recognizes tension and mechanical stress. So whether you're lifting 15-pound dumbbells or whether you're lifting 100-pound dumbbells, what matters is the amount of stress that your body's being put under and the amount of effort that it has to give in a given set. Moreover, whether it's bulky or being toned, it relies on building muscle in some way, shape, or form. And the actual hypertrophy rep range is a lot bigger than a lot of people think. In fact, recent research has shown that you can actually build muscle within the 4 to 20, even 25 rep range. Now, yes, there are more efficient ways to go about muscular hypertrophy, but if you're looking at pure science, then, you know, whether you're going in the higher rep range or whether you're going in the severely lower rep range, you still have a pretty good opportunity in building muscle. What this statement should actually look like is heavyweights are more efficient or more effective in getting you stronger, and lightweights are more efficient for endurance purposes. The second myth that needs to die is fasted cardio burns more fat than regular cardio. Again, right off the bat, this is some crazy voodoo 1980s gym bro bullshit. The first thing that needs to be discussed is how little importance or an effect that cardio actually has on fat loss. Well, actually, I should restructure that sentence. Cardio is not as important towards fat loss as many people think it is, let alone the time at which you do your cardio. The only thing that's going to allow you to burn or lose fat, actually I should say, is being in a caloric deficit, which means you're eating less than you burn in a given day. Now, whether you do that through caloric restriction or whether you do that through an increased caloric burn through cardio or weights or any sort of activity, that's completely up to you. Honestly, the best way to go about it is through caloric restriction, but if doing cardio helps you to be in that caloric deficit through eating a little bit more food, then so be it. But it's not the actual cardio that's allowing you to burn the fat or lose the fat, it's eating less calories than you burn. But I do know a lot of people actually prefer eating a little bit more food and doing a little bit more cardio because then you at least get more energy, right? So say, for example, your maintenance calories is about 2,500, right? And you eat 2,500 calories a day, and if you keep doing that, you're just going to maintain your weight. But now, if you supplement that with, let's say, 3 extra cardio sessions a week, burning 250 calories each per session, that puts you at a negative 750 calories throughout the week. Now, if you divide that throughout the week, that's a caloric deficit of about 100 calories per day, which, if you do a little bit more math, that will allow you to lose about half a pound a week, which is pretty effective if you ask me. So yes, in that way, cardio can help you lose fat, but it's only indirectly. The most important thing, like I said, is your calories. The third myth that needs to die is carbs at night make you fat. Now this, I think, has originated from some suburban white mom who started eating carbs at night without ever really considering what she's putting into her body or how much she's putting into her body, and then she started to get fat, and then she started blaming it on carbs. This is basically just an easy way out for people to put a blame on something or someone, and without ever really taking into consideration that it might be their own fault. Carbs are meant for energy. Carbs are our body's primary energy source, and I truly believe that carbs are super important regardless of your goal in fitness. And closely related to what I said in the previous point, the only thing that's going to make you fat is by eating too many calories, or being in a caloric surplus this time, which means you're eating more calories than you burn in a given day. It has little to nothing to do with the amount of carbs you're having. Now, saying that though, there is a slight truth to this statement, but it's very twisted. What I mean by that is carbs tend to be very easy to eat. So what the actual statement over here should be is the overconsumption of carbs throughout the day or at night has a higher likelihood of you getting fat. Because think about it, what is easier to consume? A cup of rice or half a pound of steak? It is always a lot easier for your body to consume that cup of rice because it's a lot easier to digest it. There's not a lot of fiber in it, there's not a lot of protein in it, both of which fill your stomach up pretty well. That is why a lot of people blame carbs for their weight gain, when in reality, carbs are just a lot easier to eat than fat or protein. So just be mindful of that. Carbs don't actually make you fat, whatever time you eat it at. It's just the ability for you to overconsume on carbs that makes you fat. The fourth myth that needs to die is brown rice is healthier than white rice. And again, this probably comes from some rich suburban white mom or some random fucking certified nutritionist that says, oh, eat brown rice if you want to lose weight, and eat white rice if you want to gain weight and be fat and unhealthy. The only difference between brown rice and white rice, the best way to put this is the difference between white bread and brown bread. It is just the type of grain that is being used to make these products. Brown rice has the husk of the rice grain on it, and white rice just simply doesn't. That's the only difference. So at the end of the day, neither is healthier than the other. In fact, I would say white rice would probably give you a better bang for your buck, because I would not trust a lot of these rice companies or health companies saying that, oh, their brown rice are fully organic. I just don't believe in that shit. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to your goals and your calories. If you're desperately trying to lose weight or restrict your calories in any way, shape or form, then brown rice might be your better option, because even if it gives you a 5% chance of feeling a little bit more full and eating less calories, then it will help you. However, if you just want good tasting rice and you just like the taste of white rice better than brown rice, there's no difference in calories. It's the same amount of calories. It's just that white rice might be a little bit more starchier. Saying that though, I know a lot of people who are trying to lose weight and who can easily and effectively lose weight through white rice over brown rice. So there's really no difference over here. It just comes down to personal preference. And the fifth myth that needs to die, and this is probably one of my favorites honestly, is the anabolic window. Now if you guys don't know what the anabolic window is, it stems from this gym bro logic that you must have a protein shake or some form of protein right after your workout or within 30 minutes after your workout to stimulate muscle protein synthesis and keep growing your muscle. However, due to the smart asses that grace the earth and recent research, that anabolic window is now completely false. What truly matters now is your total protein intake throughout the day rather than just after your workout. So in essence, protein timing is far, far less important than a lot of people think. Now, yes, if you're training fasted and you haven't had a single gram to eat before you work out, then yes, it's probably in your best interest to eat something higher in protein shortly after your workout, but it doesn't necessarily need to be right after your workout or 30 minutes after your workout. You could extend that to an hour or two. You also probably want to supplement that with a few or a decent amount of carbs, because you burned a lot of energy in that workout session and your muscle glycogen is depleted, so you have to replace that somehow. However, let's say you're training in the evening and you've already had plenty of food in you, then honestly the anabolic window doesn't really apply. You could even eat a higher protein meal 3-4 hours after you work out, given the fact that you've already had sufficient amount of protein before your workout. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, the anabolic window is complete trash, and you don't need to be anal about consuming a decent amount of protein right after your workout. Just make sure you're having sufficient amount of protein throughout your day and you'll be more than just fine. So that's it for this video, guys. That is 5 myths busted that need to die today, like literally ASAP. There are so many more that I can and want to cover, so leave your suggestions down in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and share this one with your friends. Also subscribe to the channel. Any bit of support means the world to me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Keep supporting the channel, keep subscribing, keep getting friends and family to subscribe as well. And that's it for me in this one. I'll see you guys in the next. Peace.